What's up, my dooski Moto Mika? I appreciate that membership, buddy. We've had some awesome battles on MX bikes, but oh boys, it's just getting worse and worse for MX Simulator. It really is. This is getting to a whole nother level at this point. And I feel really sorry for all you guys that still don't understand this. You still just don't realize what's actually going on. You're living in this fairy tale land thinking that, you know, nobody's cheating in the game and there's not really hacks in the game and everybody's just racing legit and you're paying your money to pro race and you're thinking, you know, RF is stopping everybody from running hacks and banning every single person that's running hacks and shit like that. Oh, man, I feel sorry for you, bro. I really do. All you dudes that are actually racing legit because you're putting all that time in. You're putting all that effort in. You're paying real life money to go in there and race with all these other idiots that are running every single kind of hack imaginable in the pro racing of this game right now. I mean, it's getting to the point to where I couldn't even have predicted this many hacks on MX Simulator. Like, literally, people just don't even realize all the different kind of hacks that are actually in the game. But, you know, I anticipated, I predicted all of the acceleration hacks, right? Which would have been sort of a bit of a after product of the Cody Daw hacks that they all got caught running in the amateur races like a year or two ago, where there was like 7 or 8 different amateurs literally doing 7 and 8 jump-ins on 250s and shit. 100% visually obvious that they were running hacks inside of the amateur race. Way obvious. You don't think they can take that hack and just tone it down a little bit, where instead of it giving you a 50% acceleration boost, now it's just giving you a 10 to 15% acceleration boost, and then nobody can even tell that you're actually running a hack. There is so much of that shit, and this just confirms it, dog. All these new hacks coming out and all this information coming out on this confirms every single thing I've been saying this whole time. Everything I've been saying, all my predictions, I knew people have been running hacks in this game. I knew this hacking shit was literally taking over the game. And this is just more proof. So now, not only do they have an acceleration hack, I honestly believe they have a micro acceleration hack. They have a micro not fall off as much hack. But now we've come to realize, now they have a lower gravity hack. Like, what in the actual fuck? I didn't even think they would even be able to have a hack like this. I didn't even imagine this. They have multiple hacks in the game. Low gravity, I mean, they're getting to the point to where they're able to hack every aspect of the bike, not just more acceleration. Now they've got lower gravity. They're totally tweaking upon the physics, basically, is what you're doing when you make a lower gravity. This is going to allow you to hit, you know, absolutely glide over a whoop section, glide over roughness on a motocross track. It's going to allow you to, you know, obviously hit bigger rhythms on a smaller bike, all different kinds of shit like that. But my whole point is, like, this shit is going on. All of you boys that still, there's so many people I feel like in MX Simulator right now that still just have it in their head like, oh no, there's not really people running hacks. They wouldn't do that in a pro race on MX Simulator. Or they have this weird confusion that like RF is like magically catching every single person that's running a hack like before they even actually run it in a pro race, or like the first time they run it in a pro race. Oh yeah, RF just caught them. It's all good, dog. Like, no, you are sorely mistaken if you think like that about it. And for some of you guys that are wondering, like, yo, Spence, where are you getting this information from? Like, where'd you see this at? Like, first of all, this was about 2 or 3 months ago when I had one of my close buddies that was still really involved in the community at the time. He actually literally sent me a video of the footage of the low gravity hack. I've seen it with my own two eyes, okay? Trust me, there is no mistaking it. This is not just hearsay. This is not like I'm just thinking that they might have a low gravity hack. Like, I've literally seen it with my own two eyes. The dude glided up over a whoop section, and it was obvious. It was obvious what it was. But yeah, it's just sad, man. It really is that the game is turning into this now, because it really wasn't like this when I first got into it. Like, I'm telling you, man, back in 2015, 2016, 2017, like, you just did not see all of this hacking, key sharing crap like you do now. I mean, if you did see any of that, it was super, super rare. And it's like nowadays you're seeing it every other week in the game. Somebody's trying to do some kind of scam or some kind of key share or some kind of hack, right? It's just constant now. I'm telling you, like, there is more shady scamming, hacking, key sharing, bullshit like that going on right now in the pro racing of MX Simulator than there ever has been before. And there's no doubt in my mind about that. To all you guys that are thinking, well, why would somebody try to hack MX Simulator? I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times I've heard people say things like, what? There's hacks in MX Simulator? What? It's like, oh, yeah, that game that takes like 5,000 hours minimum to be able to get to the top level in the game. Yeah, nobody would try to hack in that game, Nobody would try to take any shortcuts in that game or anything. That game that has no anti-cheat in it at all because it was a game made back in 2007, made by one guy. Yeah, that game, That game that really takes more like 10,000 hours to get to the tippity top of the slope. Yeah, nobody would ever try to take shortcuts. See, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing you guys aren't understanding, man. The more difficult you make something, the more skill gapped you make something, the more and more you're going to have these people trying to get there, trying to take a quicker, easier road to get there, right? Because they can't just get there legit. People get this so much clout and so much, I'm better than you because I finished this good in a pro race. So they'll do anything to achieve that, They'll do anything to get that. I mean, I'm telling you, like, MX Simulator is one of the most people wanting to hack it kind of games there will ever be in this motocross gaming realm. Like, it just is, man. And that's really what it all comes down to at the end of the day. It's how shitty is your community, right? And it's how is your pro racing scene? How is the pro racing officials? Oh, wait, those guys don't even actually permaban you when you get caught key sharing. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Oh, shit. So you got that going on, right? And then you've got one singular dude that made the game, one developer, JLV. So he can only do so much when it comes to anti-cheat and trying to control this shit. And, I mean, he can only do so much. And that's kind of what I'm saying here. It's like your community drives the entire game. And that's the thing. A lot of people try to make this argument of like, well, Call of Duty Warzone has a bunch of hackers in it, and it's still a really good game, and a lot of people still enjoy that game. No, that's not the argument I'm trying to make, you idiot. You're not paying attention, okay? 99.99% of you guys that are playing Warzone are not playing in a professional esports paid, Warzone tournament, right? So that's what I'm talking about with MX Simulator. This shit is going on in the paid professional racing of the game. I'm not just talking about random online servers. I'm talking about you're paying real life money and these dudes are being proven to be scammers over and over and over. All these different hacks in the game, and you're still shoveling that real life money to professionally participate in those events. That's what I'm talking about. And the thing that makes a first-person shooter like Call of Duty so much different is the fact that you can pretty much tell when somebody's running a hack in Warzone. You can pretty much tell when somebody snaps on target or they're seeing you through the walls without line of sight. But I feel like with MX Simulator, with how big the skill gap is and how many people that aren't really to that top level, I feel like a lot of people just mistaken people's, people running hacks for their actual skill, right? So it'll be like, oh, well, maybe he's just got a really good setup, bro. Oh, maybe he's just that much better at the game, right? And meanwhile, he's actually over there literally running a 10% acceleration hack or a 5% lower gravity hack or something like that. I'm telling you, man, this shit is going on in this game, and I don't know how much more I need to prove than literally seeing footage of it. Like, I've seen the footage of it. These hacks are in the game. They're in the game. People have ran them, right? Like dudes, this is not like just a fantasy here. This is not just a going on a whim here. I've seen it. It's in the game. And the thing about it is it's like, until RF wants to actually fully permaban people the first time that they get caught key sharing, so they don't just continue to do it over and over and over again like Rush Chapman, right? Until they want to do that, until there's some kind of anti-cheat in the game, something that's actually proactively stopping you from potentially running a hack, like until JLV puts some sort of system in there that can sense when the bike is like getting more acceleration than it should be able to have in the game, or it's like getting a different gravitational pull to the ground than it should normally have in the game, until that's like active in every single pro race, and until there's something that's preventing you from key sharing as easily as you can right now. I mean, literally a 5-year-old could get away with key sharing in a pro race on MX Simulator. Like, it's not hard to do. All you got to do is give somebody your UID and they can ride as you anywhere in the world. They can play as you anywhere in the world. It's really not that difficult at all. All they got to have is your UID. So until all that happens, I mean, it's not going to really be that professional esports pro racing experience that you want it to be, or that you think it is, like, straight up. Oh my God, it cracks me up. Yeah, you boys that are racing right now that have literally key shared or hacked in a pro race, yeah, you're the ones that are going to be all okay with it. Obviously, you're gonna be saying things like, Spencer, oh, just get out of here, dude. We didn't want you in the pro racing anyway, bro. Just get out of here, dude. Nothing's wrong with it. Man, you shouldn't get a perma ban for key sharing, dude. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you're the kind of dudes that have already key shared in pro races. You've already cheated in pro races. You've already ran hacks in pro races. So yeah, of course you're going to be okay with it. Of course you're going to continue to participate in it. Of course you are, because you're a cheater in the game too. So that's what this eventually is going to work into, is it's going to create a pro racing community entirely made out of cheaters, hackers, scammers, the RF officials because they participate in their own events, and then new people that have no idea what's going on. That's all that is going to be the people that are actually participating in the pro race. This is just logic. If you're somebody going in there, you've put thousands upon thousands of hours into this game to get to this level, you're paying real life money to pro race, putting all that time and all that effort in to race legit and not cheat, hack, scam, keyshare, to actually earn this shit legit. And now we've come to find out, not only do they have acceleration hacks, not only I think they have anti-fall hacks, everybody and their grandmother's key sharing and getting caught doing it now. But think about all the people that haven't been caught doing it yet, right? Got all that going on. And you're telling me you're going to want to go in there and continue to compete in a series, in a game like this, in this state. That don't even make sense. Ain't nobody in their right mind would go in there and race legit for this long unless you're just new and you don't really understand what's going on in the game yet. That's the only way. Like I say, you're either a cheater yourself, or you're an RF official, or you're a new person to the pro racing and you don't really understand what's going on. That's the only way you could actually be participating in the pro racing right now. That's the only way. Or you're an old school dude just getting back into it and you don't realize how fucked up the pro racing community is in the game yet. Just give it a little time. Give it a little time. And that's the saddest part. This shit didn't seem like it was like this 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. This is all this hacking, cheating, community going to shit. All these, key sharing people, all this kind of bullshit, toxic community. All this has really started to become a big thing in the past 2 and 3 years. You know, after RF shut down the first time, then they tried to come back, right? Interestingly enough, that seems like that's when all that has really started. We had all the Cody Dahl hacks a year or two ago in the amateur races. You know, now we've got low gravity hacks. Yeah, the gameplay is still amazing. The physics of the bike are still amazing. So you're still going to have a certain amount of new people coming in that don't understand what the hell is going on. And you don't publicly come out here and show everybody what's actually going on in your pro racing series like you should. So then they get tricked up into the whole system thinking it's still this professional thing like it was back in, you know, pre-2018. And then after a year or two, they get involved in the community and they start to realize how much bullshit is going on. And then they're like, what the hell is this? This is pointless. So, yeah, you're going to have that constant, you know, new person coming in, but it's inevitably going to burn into the ground unless something massive changes. I already think it's all over. I'm just telling you, it's all over. As far as RF Pro Racing specifically, like I say, it don't even mean anything anymore. And that's what made RF what it was. It felt professional. It felt like nobody was doing bullshit, shady shit like this, or they were getting permabanned every single second that they were running something like this. That's what made it what it was. It felt professional. It's lost all that integrity. So now you can say you won a RF championship or an RF race now. The shit don't even matter anymore. That's the whole point. Some of you boys still, you're so caught up in your own little world thinking you're so great at MX Simulator, and you're so hooked on that fantasy of, you know, being this top dude in a simulator and all your buddies are going to love you. You're so hooked on that you know, fame and clout, you don't realize the shit don't even mean anything anymore. Meaning is all gone to RF Pro Racing on MX Simulator. It's over. I'll be here all week. Predicted all this shit years in advance. Congratulations, you idiots killed the game. Good job.